Joining us now is our good friend Stuart Varney from Varney and Company, Fox Business Network, weekdays at 9:20 a.m. Stuart, I saw you yesterday talking about this audacious ATM heist of $45 million. Talk to me about how this happened.
Well, the bad guys got hold of the administrative codes of big financial companies, and then they printed these codes onto bits of plastic and used that plastic to eliminate the withdrawal limits on debit cards. They sent gangs of people in, I think, 20 different cities worldwide, and in particular New York City, and they just went from ATM to ATM, hundreds within a couple of hours, certainly in New York City, just taking out the money.
What?
They got so much cash that they had carried backpacks which were bulging by the time they're done. 45 million taken in total.
Unbelievable. And what kind of organization has to be in play to be able to carry something like this off? Do they think it's a gang thing, a mob thing, a terrorist thing?
It's a worldwide gang. Whether it's mob, terrorism, I don't know that, but it's certainly worldwide. It was and I don't know who the mastermind is or was, but this person got those codes, and once you got the codes, you're in.
Well, that's quite a
from there. I mean, this is 21st century bank robbery, isn't it? Nothing to do with Willie Sutton.
That's a real security flaw, I would say, that this could work.
Yes, it is, because once you've got the codes, as I said, they are in. I don't know what the defense would be for the individual here, short of hiring a third party to alert you if somebody's taken money out of your account, and or checking your account each and every single day, if not each and every single hour, so that you know if something unusual is going on.
Well, that's incredible.
It is. I mean, can you imagine these guys? 7 of them were going around in Manhattan. I think they hit hundreds of ATMs in a couple of hours, just marching from one to another with bulging sacks of money.
Well, that's
extraordinary.
That's practically robbery. Here's another example of robbery of the U.S. Treasury. The president wants to forgive millions of dollars in student debt.
Billions with a B, actually, Brian.
Wow.
It's a proposal in the budget which would expand an existing program. Here's how it works. If you pay 10% of your income for 20 years to repay your student loan, any outstanding loan after those 20 years is written off, forgiven. However, if you're in the public sector or you're working for a non-profit, you only have to repay 10% per year for 10 years. Then you're free and clear. And the president wants to extend this to loans made before 2007. So if this proposal went through, you would have people who would already be qualifying to get out from under this mountain of debt. Is that a bailout? Is it good for the economy? What is it? But it will happen if this proposal goes through.
Wow, and this is a give. Forget about it being a bailout for for students. It's really a bailout for the elite, isn't it? Because who's got the most college debt? People who went to law school, medical school, advanced degrees, got their masters, and unfortunately under the Obama economy are unemployable right now. Meanwhile, the people who did the right thing, didn't take on too much student debt, maybe entered the workforce, actually contributed to our economy. Where's their money? Where's their give back?
I mean, there are limitations on what your income is. So it's relatively low income that qualifies unless you're in the public sector, and then all is forgiven.
No, because if you're in the public sector, you're doing the Lord's work.
Oh. In the devil's kitchen, yes.
Yeah.
However, look, I think this is a form of buying student votes. That's what I make of it.
Well, he's got to do something because the youth unemployment levels right now, we just found out, the real unemployment level for youth is 16.1%. It's the worst since World War II, Stuart Varney.
Yes, but he got the votes, didn't he? The president got the votes of young people, I mean, by a large majority. They voted for, essentially, I think they were voting for debt forgiveness rather than job creation. That's what I think.
Well, and there's another story out there about how young people have been hit hard by this recession, perhaps harder than others. If you're under 35, in 2007, the average wealth that you had was $95,500. But in 2010, it dropped to 48, almost 50%.
Well, that's kind of cherry-picking the time frame, because in 2010, the stock market was still way, way down. We hadn't started that big of a huge rally at that point. So, yeah, wealth levels would have been down. But you're basically right. I mean, this recession really hit young people, I think, harder than other sectors of society, unless you look at people in their 50s who lost their job and will never get another job.
Even worse, yeah. But Stuart, he makes those young people feel so good about themselves, and that's really all that matters.
Feelings, baby.
Stuart, we got to get a good free marketeer out there who can get votes. Do you see anybody on the horizon? Who do you like to in the future?
Now you put me on the spot here.
I love doing that. You know that, Stuart.
I'm very interested with Senator Ted Cruz. I'm very interested. I mean, I don't know that much about him, but he's attracting a lot of attention. He's a new guy on the block. Got that. He's attracting a lot of attention.
And he preaches small government and the free market. And we know, Stuart Varney, you're a big proponent of both those things.
Yes, sir, I am indeed.
Always great to hear from you.
Stuart, it's been a while. Thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.